Well, we decided to hold an exhibition jointly because we've been married for 51 years. And one of the songs that was around when we first met was Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. And we thought that would be a great theme for an exhibition. We decided it was only be fair if we divided the hall into two. With a very strict demarcation, so we had exactly 50% of the floor space each, and that's the way it's worked out. So my wife, Lynne Clarke, is a fantastic painter. She's got a wonderful selection she's been working on for the last 2 or 3 years. And my work is on the other side, this side. It's more eclectic, more eccentric, and it reflects the passions that I've developed since I retired.
Well, it's an exhibition in 2 parts, really. My own paintings and my husband Martin's work, which he started when he retired. I've always painted. I have no formal training. I did biology at university, but when we moved to Wotton, it was so beautiful. I thought I really need to get my act together and do some paintings now. And I met a very inspirational lady called Muriel Dormer, who ran a small painting group in the old Magistrates Court on Bradley Street. And that started me off, really, and I've painted Wotton ever since, and I've never run out of subject matter.
I started out with a group called the Boscastle Sculpture Group down in Cornwall. Visited there 2 or 3 times a year and got into the creative process with some great people, some great artists, and Carol Vincent, who is a great leader and exemplar, quite a fierce teacher and critic, and did some concrete work in the mid-2000s, so 2007, 2008 was my first work. Since then I've diversified. I haven't got a concrete facility. Carol's passed away and we don't do that anymore. So I've developed an interest in using recycled materials, digging my own pigments. I've developed an interest in painting and not just sculpture. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's been fantastic for me as an individual to develop a talent that was probably latent and undiscovered, and it helps my brain, I think, to function properly. It connects the cells in the brain in a very positive way. And I'm very keen to encourage older people like me to take it up. I've done a few workshops for older people myself, and I've done walking art group sessions as well. And I think it does nothing but good. It's not just exploring art, it's being out in the fresh air, meeting other people and stimulating each other into creativity.
When I was a small child, I had all the Ladybird books, and the artists like Tunnicliffe, who illustrated those books, were a great inspiration, both for painting and also for me deciding that when I grew up I wanted to live in the country, because I grew up in inner city Nottingham. And here we are in Wotton, so I achieved that ambition at least. I use watercolour and ink for sketching, and for my paintings I use pastel, watercolour, mixed media or oils.
I don't know what drives me. I just know that I have an urge every day to create something tangible. I'm self-taught. to be honest, I'm not a very good pupil. So I like developing my own techniques. I like discovering things, pieces of wood, pieces of stone, pieces of discarded rubbish, and making something out of them. So I've developed an interest in rocks and stones, above all in processing my own pigment by digging up earth and making colour out of it. So I've been to about 38 different locations to get earth pigments and process them. So I've got a range of colours: yellows, oranges, reds, ochre tones, greys, black. Always looking for new colours. Pinks I've found recently in Cornwall. White, cream, and tried to put those onto canvas in a positive way. Love painting outdoors, en plein air they call it, and I get a big kick out of making something on the spot, perhaps to the extent even of putting a paintbrush in the ground and delivering it straight onto the canvas from the ground without any processing at all. I get a lot of mental benefit from that, and just doing it for my own interest. If other people like it, that's great.
We have commitments with 7 grandchildren, which diverts me a bit, but apart from that, I try to go in the studio most evenings and do a little bit. I see paintings everywhere. I just, walking about, I see them all the time. So I don't have any difficulty whatsoever in finding subject matter. I paint what I see.
We're really pleased with the reaction we had. We had a great preview night last night. The hall was packed out, and we've had lots of sales, which is a nice byproduct. We've got the money back that we've invested in the exhibition, which is the first target. And now it's about seeing people enjoy the work, and we're getting lots and lots of great comments.
I really love the colours, all the natural ochres and because I know that he collects his colours from the earth, doesn't he? So I really like those paintings, and I love the shapes that he does.
Really enjoying the exhibition. We've brought our 8-year-old daughter up to have a look around as well, and just the inspiration walking around, both of the local area, but where we go on holiday as well. So it's been really lovely to see, and I'm sure she'll be drawing as soon as we get home.
Tiny one there I really like, and that was from Marazion looking towards Newlyn one evening when Martin and I went for a walk on the beach on holiday, and I just liked the light. I'm very fond of painting in sunlight. I'm not a dark painter. I don't bother about dark, wet days too much.
It's doubtful whether the two of us will ever do anything on this scale because it is such a big effort. But I think there'll be the odd exhibition. I'm doing the Tyndale art event in Dursley later in the year. And looking for a studio as well. So need some studio space. That's what Wotton doesn't have. We don't have the old buildings with studio space that Nailsworth or Stroud have got. And so if anybody watches this and has some space, let's talk.
I think it's absolutely marvellous. I mean, I've known Martin from years, and I came down to the woods a while back and thoroughly enjoyed a day there. But that he's put out so much, exciting work, and it's all fun, isn't it? I mean, as we said last night, art should be fun, and of course Lynne's is just exceptional.